my god! My country! Let's do it!
What's up, guys? We are back. Last week it took a little bit of a break. I was traveling to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh yeah, whatever. I was too tired to do a video, so I'm sorry, we apologize, but we are back. We are back with My Country, episode 9 and 10. Woo!
Yes.
Oh!
Things are getting heated in this world.
No! Yoon! Why does that happen? Why did that happen? I don't understand.
We speculated
There was so
this.
much plotting, all of that stuff. They finally get reunited.
This is the catalyst, man. I mean, we speculated multiple scenarios in which they faced off with each other, you know, based on the beginning that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And it was either, you know, Yun got her memories back, or he didn't know that he had Yun.
Oh, I should have known better.
And-
Should have known better. Watching Game of Thrones, watching Walking Dead, all that stuff. It was just so good. It was not so good. It was too good to be true.
There had to be a trigger to make Seo Hwi into what we saw. Like, you know, they kind of provided a glimpse into his future, and he looked like a stone cold warrior at that point.
Yeah.
And when Yun was around, he was very bubbly, he was very brotherly. And you know,
very lovey-dovey with Hye and
yeah, and I thought that, like, you know, I was disappointed in myself for not seeing this. You know, for not seeing that there had been a fundamental change.
I think
his
I felt
behavior.
the same way too. Like I felt like I should have known this was gonna happen, right? Like
Yeah.
something like we kind of you're right. We did speculate there's gonna be some kind of tragedy, but I had really hoped that it wasn't gonna be Yoon because she was the core. She was Hwi's core, like emotional core, and it if anything, it just turns him into this like emotional, less like. What am I trying to say? Like no emotion, no core, just straight up killer.
Yeah. So let's talk about what happened, how we got into the situation in the first place. So things like took an accelerated, you know, pace with Bangwon and Nam Jeon, and you know they revealed the letter.
Oh yes.
Bangwon's assassination attempt obviously was part of Seo Hwi's plan. And
I actually thought he would. I mean, it was so good, guys.
I thought that was it. Like they had taken down Nam Jeon, and there had to be a way where he escapes and rebels against the state, in which he faces Bangwon.
Obviously, that letter didn't mean anything to Yi Song Gye because
Yi Song Gye.
Yi Song Gye. Obviously, that letter didn't mean anything because Yi Song Gye ended up forgiving Nam Jeon.
I think. Oh man. I mean, my outlook on that decision was like, why?
Well, I know
that was
why.
such a bad decision, and you know, obviously he was begged by the queen, right? Because,
But obviously he knew why, because Bangwon was too powerful. He didn't have anybody at his side to protect his son and the queen, so he made like kind of like a calculated decision that it should be Nam Jeon.
But see, the thing is, like a lot of these politicians try to circumvent what their outlook for the future. They try to avoid something that they're afraid of happening, and that decision leads to it happening.
Yes.
And so, like, fast forward to where we are today with Seo Hwi and Bangwon, with Yun dead. You've got a stone cold assassin out there killing all of these important, meritorious subjects,
stealing all the golden vases.
Yeah, and like, suffice to say, Yi Song Gye kind of like started this whole thing. Like,
Absolutely. The wheels have started to turn. Well, they've always been turning. They're turning even way faster now because first I want to say that I had hopes like during all those events that were happening that Sun-Ho and Hwi were going to be reconciled. Like at that very moment they were fighting together before Yoon dies. And of course, now we fast forward 6 years later, you know, Sun-Ho has got his own thing going. He's trying to be a little bit more evil.
I knew that was a temporary alliance because again, we always go back to the beginning that they're facing off. That they're eventual enemies.
Ooh, things are getting really good.
Yeah, so it could be argued that Bang Won was always going to rebel, but I think Yi Song Gye accelerated it with his decision to release Nam Jeon, and of course that led to the death of Yoon. So now we're in this situation, and
obviously not accelerated enough because he went 6 years.
Well, I mean,
6 years later, it seemed like Hwi has his own private army. Bang Won has his private army now, and like all this intrigue is starting to percolate a little bit with Nam Jeon in the center. They're all like, you know, kind of navigating who's on which side, who's loyal to who.
So here's the argument there. 6 years after Yeon's death, we have a stone cold Hwi.
Yes.
Would any of this happen if he had left with Yeon and just lived peacefully?
I guess the series would have ended then. You know, he just escapes Korea.
I mean, yeah, the argument could be made that like they would have left peacefully, and Bang Won would have went on to his eventual uprising, like in the future.
Right, and Hee would not even have Iwari right now as the Iwaru.
Yeah.
Hee wouldn't even have Iwaru right now as the madam. They probably would have gotten married and like, you know, frolicked into the sunset and, you know, lived happily ever after.
so yeah, the events that are unfolding could have eventually unfolded, but now they've got Seo Hwi, the son of the greatest swordsman. This guy's a killer archer, a killer swordsman,
and Bang Won's mentor.
Yes.
That was
a great revelation.
That was
by the
awesome. He hinted about it, like, you remind me of someone who had taught me, blah, 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 my mentor, and I was like, could it be his father? Like, there's just so much more backstory to his father.
I knew when he said it right then and there that was his father.
Right.
But that makes me like Bang Won even more, and I'm, you know, it's interesting to take sides in these kind of political debates or these political rivalries because, like, one is the king, one's trying to uprise or usurp the throne, but like, I don't know, Bang Won's just like likable.
I like Bang Won. His demeanor, his intensity, and just the way he portrays himself.
Yes.
It's just like authoritative, and he's just very confident, right? He's never like either too low or too high. It's just like even keel. You never know he's gonna kill you, or you never know he's gonna pat you in the back and go have a drink with him.
Yeah, and like the way he talks to you, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take your throne.
Love the way he's like, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
Are you going to kill me?
And then when he wants to be the prince, when he wants to be that authoritative voice, he does like his own version of Yi Song Gye. Like Yi Song Gye would be like, right? And then Bang Won will start to just like really project. So he'll go from like, oh, you think you're gonna take the throne? You're never gonna take the throne from me!
Yeah. It's amazing. Well, in those moments, you can kind of feel like how powerful he is, right? There's this searing intensity with Bang Won, but when he does,
when he shouts,
when he chooses to shout and show off his power, it's immense. Oh, guys, let us know what you thought in the comment section below. As soon as Yoon died, and all of these things, all of these events that are starting to unfold before our eyes, let us know what you think in the comment section below. And we finally know what's written in that letter. Yes. Finally. Meet us at 4 p.m. in Bamboo Forest. Thank you, Netflix, for translating what was in that letter.
That's not the secret letter.
No, I know, but it was the letter that actually got translated on screen. We finally got to see what was written in a letter. There was several letters. A letter. Several letters get passed around. We have no idea what it is.
You know, that could have like an Easter egg potential, right? That Bamboo Forest could be the forest.
Could be the forest.
Yeah, and then from there we find out that Seo Hwi has his own private army.
Yeah, look at Nam Jeon's face. It's so awesome. I mean, Nam Jeon's face is like what I really watch this show for, is because like all of his facial reactions when shit hits the fan, it's just like,
I kind of watched this show,
and then the music is a dun dun. I was like, oh yeah, Nam Jeon, you got screwed.
I kind of watched this show for Heejae's face. Okay, but like, yeah, so he turns around. He looks like a military official. Seo Hwi turns around and faces Nam Jeon.
Cold-blooded.
He's got his own men, and he's got this like meritorious subject hat on, and like He's like a high-ranking official, or at least a lord in the eyes of his army.
I'm pretty sure a high-ranking official in Bangwon's company.
Right. And so now, like, obviously they're in a spot where private armies are disbanded, but they're kind of like...
They're doing it all. They're doing it anyway.
No, they're masking it by
organizations.
No, they're masking it as servants. Servants who are armed. And so they still have their private armies, and things are moving on that end with Seo Hwi and Bangwon, and their armies are coming together. That uprising is about to go down.
Ooh, I cannot wait for the next episodes.
All right, guys, that'll do it for our reaction and review of episode 9 and 10 of My Country. Leave it in the comment section down below what you thought and what you think is going to happen in the next 2 episodes. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. And if you want to know when we post new videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and we'll see you guys in the next one.